Hello and welcome everyone to our 78th session of Halukasa. My name is Michael and today I'm talking to Stephen Lim from Manila. Stephen is real estate broker by profession and real estate investor by passion. Specializes in Philippine real estate investment, representation of foreign investors, residential and commercial brokerage and listing. Stephen, thank you so much for your time. Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, Michael. Thank you. Thank you for taking time to do an interview with me. Hi, everyone. I'm Stephen Lim from Manila, Philippines, but I was actually not born here. I was born in Iloilo City, which is an island 1 hour fly away from Manila. I'm a real estate broker by profession. I own my own brokerage firm, but before that, I was with a developer for 7 years. I started really low, like being an agent, unlicensed agent, until I became a manager, and eventually just created a brokerage firm. And this year, I started it this year.
Awesome. Give us an overview of Manila, of the Philippines itself. Like for the ones who don't know the Philippines, give us an overview of the entire country.
Well, Philippines is so far one of the most interesting countries in Southeast Asia. Okay, the reason behind that is a bit of the culture because we are the only westernized country in Asia. If you've noticed, you've been to Vietnam, to Indonesia, to other parts of Asia. It's really so Asian there, and in Philippines we are more Western inclined. Um, Past 2011 onwards, the influence is more of a Western, but 2011 before, it's really more Western influence. There's a lot of BPOs here. US companies are coming here. But right now, Asian influence is coming into Philippines from 2011 until now. Because China market is also growing in the Philippines. So it's interesting because economy-wise, it's a mixture of East and West. There's like Eastern culture and Western culture here. People really good at speaking English. Real estate is strong and the economy is a bit strong. We're at around 6% GDP by the end of 2019. So economy-wise, it's really nice. Culturally-wise, there's a lot of beaches here. Really a lot of beaches. And for example, places like Siargao, Palawan, Boracay, and even cities like Cebu. Cebu is an interesting city that we're going to discuss maybe I think later because it's like the Bali of the Philippines. And there's a city in the middle and there's beach just right beside it. People are...
Why don't we go directly into Cebu? Give us an overview of Cebu. I know it's more. It's located in the south. It's kind of a very important city in the south of the Philippines. What is the economy about in Cebu? What is also maybe real estate in Cebu like? Give us an overview there.
Okay, Cebu is like the Queen City of the South. Okay, basically Cebu is the second biggest capital of the Philippines. Basically, Manila is the capital, right? It's like the New York. Manila is like the New York of the Philippines. Cebu is like the Los Angeles. Basically, Cebu is it's like Manila. There's a lot of economy going. There's a lot of business going there. Many rich tycoons from the Philippines also came from Cebu. They're called Cebuanos. And the only difference is the city is just beside the beach. Basically, the tourism is really good in Cebu. Unlike Manila, from Manila here right now, when we want to go to the beach, we need to drive an hour or two to Batangas to go to the beach. In Cebu, it will take you less than 30 minutes or even 15 minutes to go to a beach in Cebu. Because just out, Cebu is composed of like few cities like Mactan area, Mandaue, Cebu City, and Mactan area is where the beaches are. There are 5-star resorts there. There are diving spots for foreigners who wants to dive there. It's really interesting place. The airport in Cebu right now is really a top notch. It's when I went there last year because I just bought a few investment in Cebu last year, and I saw the airport is really far from what it is before. It's almost as identical as Singapore airport.
Wow.
So it really attracted a lot of foreigners coming to Cebu more. So that's the reason why Cebu is some an interesting place. Another thing that I could say about Cebu is it's I mean its traffic is not as bad as Manila.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bit of traffic there, but it's a bit manageable right now.
Yeah.
The things that you can find in Manila, in like for example, the products here in Manila, there's also available stocks in Cebu. Um, the foreigner diversity, the restaurants in Cebu is also really very diverse. There's a lot of foreign restaurants there,
Mm-hmm.
and the amazing part about Cebu is the food. Is the food, yeah. The food in Cebu is really good. That you really would not miss to eat lechon.
Mm-hmm.
Lechon is actually some roasted pork that people really go into Cebu and really love eating there.
Apart from Cebu, what other interesting regions do you consider as a real estate investor, but also in general in the Philippines?
Okay, I have two regions aside from Cebu that I might highlight with. Number one is Pampanga.
Mm-hmm.
Pampanga is in the north of Manila. It's actually in central Luzon. That area is where it's near Clark Air Base
Mm-hmm.
in Manila, in Luzon, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Pampanga is interesting because it's really very big, it's very wide, it's still developing. There's a lot of potential for lands to develop there. Right now, what's interesting with Pampanga is many developers, local developers here in the Philippines, are master planning areas in Pampanga. Developers like Ayala, like Mega World, and even Robinsons are really doing their fair share in buying properties in Pampanga to master plan it to make it a better community. I mean, there's new developer here, Udena, that they're developing the Clark Global City, which is gonna be predicted to be some of the gonna be the next capital of the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
It might not happen soon, but some government offices are gonna transfer in Pampanga and Clark Global City. So it's an interesting place.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from Pampanga, the second one that I'm gonna vouch for is Iloilo. Okay, not to be biased because Iloilo is my hometown,
Mm-hmm.
but Iloilo is one of the interesting place because lands are cheaper there. They're very cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a land 2 years ago, priced at around uh, less than 20,000 US dollars
Mm-hmm.
only for a land. Less than 20,000 US dollars for the land.
Wow.
So it's really cheap there. The prices is really low. I mean, if you talk about investment clock, I think investment clock in Iloilo is around 5 o'clock or 4 a.m. in the morning. So the opportunity to grow there is very big. However,
What,
when you
what,
yes,
what is it? What you mentioned? The
uh,
investment clock?
investment clock, yeah, that's one of my bases on looking into areas on which to invest, and I'm really checking. I have some parameters to check on which time is it in certain areas. Like in Iloilo, I can say that it's around 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. time. There's really a room for growth there.
But what is that time? What is it? What you're looking at?
I'm looking at the number one, the price.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the market there. I mean, the response of consumers there. Number three is the future growth of the area.
Mm-hmm.
Number four is the population, the demographics,
Mm-hmm.
and the convenience of investment there.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I say that Iloilo is like 5 a.m. or 4 a.m.? Because the price is really low. Aside from
Okay.
the price, the growth is really gonna be so far ahead. Yeah, if you invest in Iloilo, expect your money to stay there for like 3 to 5 years or even more.
Okay. And by saying this the time, you mean that it is very early.
Yes, it's very early. But
Okay.
if you're that type of investor, I think that Iloilo would be perfect for you.
Okay. Great. Apart from that, you are also interested in or you say that there are other regions in the Philippines which you consider as definitely like worth having a look to invest.
Well, other regions are interesting. There are some early regions right now, like Bacolod. Bacolod is just an island away from Iloilo.
Mm-hmm.
Bohol is like the new tourism area in the Philippines. Davao, which the hometown of our president, and Davao is one of the interesting place too because economy there is growing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to highlight on the three cities here right now, which is Cebu, Pampanga, and Iloilo.
Mm-hmm.
Reasons why I highlight them because the results of these areas are it seems it's gonna reap soon. It's gonna reap soon, especially in Cebu and Pampanga.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all the reason. That's one of the reasons why I'm highlighting there.
Mm-hmm.
There are some developers focusing on buying tracts of land in these areas. Also, government are partnering with private firms in developing the community of the areas, like developing infrastructure of the areas.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Iloilo. What I like about Iloilo is that it's really well master planned. The
Mm-hmm.
traffic is really it's really incomparable as compared to Cebu and Pampanga and even in Manila.
Mm-hmm.
In Iloilo, I can have 8 appointments per day
Wow.
without having the hassle of like worrying if I could be late on this appointment or not. In
Mm-hmm.
Manila, every day I could only do max 3 appointments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. I mean, you could save a lot more time in Iloilo in Pampanga and other cities in the Philippines. I mean, Manila is good, but I think there's many growth centers that are incoming right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You are also representing foreign investors, also helping them in their purchases and also in the administration of them. Guide us through a little bit what you're exactly doing there.
Okay, so because I, as an investor myself, I'm actually I actually have a mentor before. I met him before, and he's a foreigner. Right now, he's my business partner.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me about foreign investment stuff. Technically, I learned everything from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an investor, I feel how hard is it for a foreigner to invest in someone's country that you're unfamiliar with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem that I see. There are Philippines is really attracting right now a lot of foreign reserves, foreign
Mm-hmm.
income, foreign
Mm-hmm.
generating income.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, foreigners find it hard to be secure in Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the reason. I don't know the main reason was, but I think some of the reason was maybe the news, the negative impact about the terrorism, the negative impact about what's happening with our country right now. But I can assure you, it's just the news.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, Philippines is far safer than before.
Mm-hmm.
The government is really doing really well in governance here in the Philippines. I mean, it's curbing more corruption, it's creating more order, it's creating more discipline with the Filipinos,
Mm-hmm.
and as a representative in the Philippines, I really help them. Number one is I really help them get assured that their investment here in the country is really safe.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I guide them in buying properties here. Basically, there's because we know a lot. There's a lot of because I've been in with a developer before,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm connected with a developer, and being with a developer, you're really forced to sell your product.
Mm-hmm.
So my point of view here is I helping foreign investors not to be biased and just search in just one product and just one brand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping them look at each and every brand. Basically, I'm doing the study for them. I'm doing the study for them. Check if the investment catalog investment checklists are met or not.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't if it didn't match, I mean, I won't recommend them there.
Okay.
If it match, I would recommend them there, but I'll be there to guide them step by step on how to buy,
Yeah.
on how to invest.
Um, what are the nationalities you're dealing with the most at the moment?
Right now, I'm dealing with Indonesians, Japanese, Singaporeans, people from Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
Taiwanese, and mostly right now Chinese. There's
Okay.
a lot of Chinese nationalities coming into Philippines right now, which is I'm very surprised.
When you offer your service, what are the steps you are guiding them through? And maybe you can guide us through the entire steps when it comes to buying a property in the Philippines.
Okay. Number one is I before them employing our service. Actually, the service is for free. Okay. What's the catch? Mostly would ask what's the catch if the service is for free. The catch is I get income from the commissions of the sale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I get income. When the service and the deal has been done, I get income there.
Yeah.
So I do it for free because it's more of my passion of helping people do find the right investment.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I do it for free. Um, the things that there's some checklists that I do when looking for investment, and I'm giving a few seconds that I'm gonna discuss everything about the checklist here right now. There are 5 checklists that I'm considering into
Yeah.
before before a foreign investor comes into the Philippines and say, "Good, I'm gonna invest here."
Mm-hmm.
Number one is I need to really check them. I need to really check on the location first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's the location? Is the location growing? Is there growth opportunity there? Is the is the development of the infrastructure is going to happen soon? It's is it really, I mean, is the location really nice? Is it really attractive? There's a lot of offices there. Number two is I check the demographics. How's the demographics there? How's the the rental market? Who's the consumers there? Who's going to buy the property? Can they afford the property in the near future? Can they afford the rent there?
Mm-hmm.
Number three is I check the developer's track record. It's very important. In the Philippines, you need to know and you need to have a licensed real estate broker to guide you
Mm-hmm.
on doing the due diligence of everything, especially the developer's track record.
Mm-hmm.
Number one is you need to check if the developer has LTS. LTS is what you call license to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So LTS is really authorizing the developer that their project is really legit for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Is accredited with HLURB, which is the government firm on regulating the development and the housing of the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is, aside from the legalities of this, number two is the developer's track record. Is you need to know how's their track record in development before. Is their development well praised, or is their development have issues before?
Yeah.
How's their finance status in PSE, in the Philippine Stock Exchange? Are they publicly listed? If yes, how are they performing financially?
Yeah.
Because it's important in case that everything went down, right? Everything went down and everything crashed.
Yeah.
Can the developer suffice to have enough funds to continue their development, or are they depending the money from the payments of the buyers? That's really important. That's the third one. The fourth one is the payment term and the convenience of the process. Okay. Payment term is really important because this is how you do the leverage of investment. Are they offering low equity? Are they offering zero interest? If you're into investment, you need to really take advantage of getting low equity. I would recommend a 30 to 50% equity max.
Okay.
Don't go more than 50% equity in investment.
Yeah.
Only sell out 50% equity payable in the years until the development's gonna be finished.
Yeah.
That's one of the advice that I could share freely right now.
That means 50% up to during the entire duration of the construction process of the development.
Yes, like right now in the properties I bought, the property that I bought in Cebu, I only get 25% equity until it finished.
Okay.
I just bought property just a few days ago, and the properties I bought in Iloilo is only 15% equity in 5 years. So I mean, as an investor, you need to take advantage of that. Take advantage of that term because you could leverage a lot by buying a property only by having just few amount of equity.
Got it. You just mentioned the property construction company and the project company. Is there any way that you said, like, if things go downward and they don't have the funds to finish it, is there any way to make sure that you are safe and you're getting your money back if that will happen?
Okay, number one, if you choose the perfect developer, the right developer, you could be guaranteed that your money is secure there.
Okay.
Why? Because they have the funds to to finish it, to suffice for it. So if you're not, if for example, in bad luck's time, maybe you've invested in someone that's not a credible developer, how can you guarantee that your funds will be back? We have this law. I think it's what you call Maseda law. Maseda law is the law that protects installment buyers as long as they pay the monthly amortization in 2 years' time. They get protected by this law that their money is gonna be returned back to them.
Okay, got it.
So I think that's the government support. How the government supports investors in investing in the Philippines.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about me now as a foreign investor in the Philippines.
Yes.
You say, I mean, all you say is super interesting, and you have like apparently a very interesting access as a local to those properties and those projects.
Yes.
What's the step now for me to do business with you, and what would I need to do so that I have access to those properties?
Okay, actually, the access, for example, if you're a foreign investor, the only thing that you need to do, for example, you want to avail my service, right? As an as an investor, the only thing that you need to do is to do some paperwork, is having an engagement proposal with my firm. Basically, asking us to be engaged. I mean, authorizing us to represent you in your interest to purchase in the Philippines.
Okay.
Basically, this engagement proposal will solve all your problems of coming here in the Philippines, doing all the research, and just give you the convenience of investing in a foreign country like Philippines without much of a hassle. That service covers the scope of us doing the research for you. We will do the initial research. We will do every checklist that's needed for your requirement. What investment do you need? We will do every research on how's the process going to be. Actually, that's the fifth one. Is the convenience of process. I mean, we will be the one to check if the process of the documentation of the paperwork is really convenient, because it's really important that the process should be convenient.
Yeah.
It's gonna really cost you a lot of headache if the process is really so tedious. There's a lot of paperwork. It's gonna cost you a headache. And as a broker myself, I won't recommend you investing in that developer.
Totally. Okay.
Because one of the reasons why I highlight that, because of the experience of my business partner in investing in London. London has a very interesting market because he invested a lot of properties in London without even going to London, and with only Skype.
Wow.
That's how convenient London is. That's no wonder why a lot of foreign investors want to invest in London.
And
So I want to provide that kind of service. I might not be able to provide same service like London, but I want to provide that similar service, that to give foreign investors less headache in investing in the Philippines by doing everything for them. The only thing that they need to do is to review the report that we made, verify the report on their own, so that we won't come out by. I don't want us to come out biased. Once they verify the report on their own, they choose which properties proposed they will invest in.
Okay. I have one question about the authorization. The authorization
Yes.
is bound to a specific property, or is it in general?
The authorization would depend on the investor, because if you can I don't know if you could share screen in Skype here, but the authorization, the engagement proposal that we have, we give the buyer or the investor the freedom what they want us to authorize them with. Number one is there's a list of what kind of property they're investing in. They can be specific or they can be general.
Okay.
Number two is they can give us the exclusivity or non-exclusivity. So it's up to them. I won't force them to do that. But I was surprised when we started launching that service. There are a lot of not just investors but property buyers giving us exclusivity on helping them research on the property that they need.
Okay. And why is that so? What do you think is it the reason that investors or buyers prefer exclusivity?
Time. That's a very big problem right now. Is the time. People really value their time so much that some of the people overlook it, and I think that's the edge of dealing with my firm. Actually, my firm, I want to introduce you my firm right now.
Yes.
My firm is actually called Southeast Asia Real Estate Solutions. So I named that Southeast Asia because I want to focus in Philippines first, and hopefully, if we might, God willing, we might expand Asia. So it's called Sears, Sears, Seares. That one of the advantage dealing with Sears is that we really value your time so much, and we really, as a property buyer, we want to focus on you buying your property by saving up time, by saving your time, by giving you a lot of time to save, so that you have a lot of time to spare for your extracurricular activities and for your loved ones and for your life.
Perfect. What about after the purchase, administration of the property, management of it? Would you also handle this?
Okay, administration of property, yes, we do handle it. Because the service doesn't just involve in purchase. Once you buy a property from us, whether you're a buyer or a seller, we are going to be responsible and liable for the property you bought.
Yeah.
Basically, our service won't end when you purchase from us. Our service will end only when you have the title with you.
Got it.
But once we have the title with you, regarding the management of the property, it's a different scenario. Basically, right now we don't have a formal property management yet, but I'm already managing some properties of my Indonesian investors in Makati. So I manage their properties. I do collect rent for them. I do pay for their utility bills. I do check on them if their properties are well managed or are well maintained or not. But maybe after this lockdown, I might not start it soon enough. Maybe I might start it next year. I might form my own property management company to formally manage properties of investors. So basically, that company can support the foreign investors who invested with us, because I want it. I don't want them to have hassle. That's one of the, actually you're correct, Michael. That's really one of the concerns right now of foreigners, and what will they do? Who will manage their property? I mean, there's a property management companies that developers provide, but developers provide management services only within the developers' premises, especially basically the lobbies, the amenity areas. But inside the unit, who'd manage it? That's where we come inside. That's where our property management is gonna come into.
Making sure we also cover this one. The title after purchasing it, and I don't go to the Philippines. The official ownership of that property. Who's the owner when I do that with you?
Okay, the official owner for the property is this. Foreigners can be allowed to own condominium properties. Basically, properties with CCT, not TCT. Okay, CCT is condominium certificate of title. TCT is transfer certificate of title. Basically, TCTs are land. CCTs are condominiums, are apartments, basically offices, apartments. Foreigners are allowed to buy that as long as it doesn't reach the foreign cap of 40%. So the foreign investors I encounter mostly are buyers of condominium properties. So like there are like 80 or 90% of them are the buyers of condominium properties, which covers CCT, and basically the title is owned under their name. So when the title is released, it's under their name, safe
Okay.
and sound. But the question is, how about the 10% buyers who wants to buy properties, landed properties in the Philippines?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big question. Um, I need to those scenarios are a bit complicated because I need to ask the foreign investors if they're willing to incorporate in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's two ways of foreign to own properties in the Philippines. One is to incorporate, to have a company in the Philippines, a local company. Number two is to marry a Filipina and name it under the Filipina wife.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the two scenarios. But the more of my landed investor scenario is they incorporate in the Philippines, they make a local company here, and they're able to buy a property here in the Philippines,
And
a
the
landed property.
and the local company has to have a certain ownership, which also has a Filipino in it, or how does that work?
Yes, yes, it should be majority. It should be majority 40% owned by foreigner, and the 60% should be owned by Filipinos, trusted Filipinos, but in a separate manner. It's not they must not be majority.
Okay. Then may I ask you why then incorporating the company if I still need to have the 6% Filipino ownership in the company as well?
It's a government rule.
Okay. Okay.
That's also the reason why to keep Philippines properties from going into bubble, because if we don't have that rule, I'm afraid to say that Philippine property is gonna have a bubble soon.
Okay.
If we don't have that rule, because of
Okay.
that rule, the real estate property, the prices here is protected. The foreigners can be limited to investing in condominiums, and the only ones who can invest in land are the developers from
Mhm.
foreign developers who wants to incorporate and develop here in the Philippines.
Got
So
it.
the property bubble is covered because if that rule is gonna be very lenient, I'm really sure many Chinese buyers are gonna buy lands here in cash, no
Yeah.
matter what the price is.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. Um, so CTC up to 40% foreign investors, and then
Yes.
TCT nothing, but along the corporation, then 40% again.
Yes. And to set up a corporation, my company also has a legal team which can help you set up your company here. So basically everything is well covered.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is complete. We have a legal team that's expert in laws who could assist you for that, all covered by our company.
Awesome. Talking a little bit about the islands of the
Okay.
Philippines. When I traveled lately to the Philippines, I saw a lot of islands. To my personal feeling, almost too many foreign investors from China buying properties on the islands. What is there the development on in general on the real estate sector on the islands from your perspective?
Okay, actually, the islands is actually more of a political. What if we're talking about the West Philippine Sea? I'm not gonna discuss about it
No,
more because
no,
it's
no,
more of
no.
the political side. But I assume that there are some islands outside Manila that what you've noticed there's a lot of Chinese buyers
Mhm.
coming inside and buying that lands there. Okay, I can see that I mean, there's a lot of negativity going around there, but I can see that as an opportunity for me
Mhm.
because what people don't know about Pogo, we're gonna talk basically about Pogo right now.
Mhm.
Uh, 2000, I mentioned before, 2011 and before were influenced by Western culture, right?
Mhm.
2011 onwards, we're more inclined to Asian culture.
Mhm.
2011 before, the POGOs that we have right now, 2011 before, is called BPOs,
Mhm.
which is the American companies, like for example, Convergys,
Yeah.
Convergys ICT Solutions,
Yeah.
outsourcing Filipino services in telemarketing.
Yeah.
Okay, catering to Western clients.
Yeah.
there's no big difference in Pogos.
Okay.
Pogos is actually a BPO catering not just mainly to Asian clients, but mostly for online gambling clients.
Mm-hmm.
What I've noticed is that Pogo is not limited to Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
I've been handling some Pogo clients right now, but you know what? Pogo is really helping Philippine economy because the owners of Pogo licenses are Filipinos,
Got it.
not Chinese,
Okay.
surprisingly.
Makes sense.
Um, it's a common misconception because no Chinese company can own a Pogo license.
Okay.
The Chinese company coming in the Philippines needs to get a license from the mother license, which is owned by a Filipino to operate.
Okay.
Basically, they're paying the mother license, a Filipino company, and the Filipino Pogo company, the mother company license, is paying the taxes to the government, which then improves the economy of the Philippines.
Got it. Okay. No, thank you so much for the clarification. That's super valuable. You also are interested and also very active in international investments. Prior to our call here, we talked a little bit about Eastern Europe and stuff. I'd like
Yeah.
to have your opinion on the global real estate market and where you see some interesting markets right now.
Well, I'm really quite interested with global markets right now, especially neighboring countries like Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
I actually connected with some Vietnam brokers lately in LinkedIn because I want to study more about what Vietnam is. Because I've heard a lot of good news about Vietnam, especially how the government works there, how the economy is right now. There are also pogos in Vietnam, and it's really attracting a lot of foreign investors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also interested in the Russian market, especially in the Balkan regions like Belarus, Minsk. I don't have knowledge about it yet, but this past few weeks I'm doing some research on it, the culture, the demographics, everything. I'm looking into those areas. Maybe if you have some brokers there, Mike, who I could connect with in the Balkan regions, especially in Russia, Moscow, St. Petersburg, Minsk, and maybe even Malta Islands, Italy. I'm willing to connect with them. I want to know more about the real estate market there.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have someone who maybe in Vietnam also, I'm willing to connect with them as well, and I want to study, as I'm interested in going inside that market soon.
Yeah.
So what I do there is that I do my research. I go and invest first. Then after investing there, I might invite some of my investors to join me investing there. But the investment hotspot still in the world would still be it's way unbeatable. I think it's Singapore, London, and New York. It's unbeatable. I think these three hotspots, these three cities I'll add Australia there, Australia, Melbourne. They're still unbeatable because I think the property is just going up and down really fast. The governance is really there. The government support is really there. The convenience is there. The problem is that the price is really quite high as compared to Philippine standards.
Got it. Okay, perfect. To conclude, do you have any final tips and comments for other investors, for other real estate professionals, which you would like to give away right now and share with our audience?
Well, my final comment would be I hope we as a brokers, international brokers here, hope we could work together. I have a passion in real estate. I have a passion in culture. One of my dreams is to travel the whole world. Travel the 191 countries. And I hope that we could connect together. We could study more about your real estate, and you could study more about our real estate. We could share some notes. And my advice here for ones who's gonna invest in the Philippines, first-time investors, veteran investors, considering to invest. My advice is not to get scared on considering Philippines as an investment opportunity country. There are a lot of brokers there, not just me. I mean, you might not avail my service. It's okay with me. But if you consider to invest in Philippines, find the right broker.
Perfect.
Especially find a licensed broker. That's really important. I need to emphasize on that. Find a licensed broker in investing in the Philippines because there's a lot of I mean, oh, scam. Sorry,
Hmm.
I need to be upfront here. Scam that's happening to foreigners when they invest here. So with a licensed broker, you can be protected. Find a reputable company. Get all the five key points that I have discussed. Consider that in investing here, and you won't go a long way. I think you're gonna have a fruitful investment here once you do that.
Perfect. How can people contact you?
Oh, sorry. You can contact me through my email at limsj@sears.ph, or you can just simply visit my site, www.sears.ph. And I want maybe I could just ask everyone who's watching this to please like our Facebook page. Like our Facebook page. Just type Sears, Seares. You could. Our Facebook page is not about selling. Basically, once you like our Facebook page, you could get some educational inputs, great news, great articles that might help you look into real estate in the Philippines, not just in the Philippines, but maybe in the world, and even the economy of the Philippines. So, guys, please like our page and check our website. Thank you.
Perfect. Great. I will put everything into the show notes. Stephen, it's been a
Yes.
pleasure. Super interesting. I
Thank you.
learned so
Thank you,
many
Mike.
things about it. You showed us, gave us another great overview of the Philippines. You gave us a very interesting insight about Cebu, about the islands, about foreign investment into the Philippines. You showed us how to invest, the obstacles and also the challenges, and also what your service offers in order to overcome those challenges. And finally,
Thank you,
also
Mike.
gave us a very interesting overview on international investment and international real estate markets. Stephen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for all your information. I send the best regards to Manila, to the Philippines, and
Likewise, Mike.
I say stay safe, and I wish you all the best.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mike, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Bye bye, Stephen.
All right. Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.